tuning is a very important aspect of playing. You start out with your violin in tune and you have a much better chance of being in tune when you're playing your pieces or your scales. Okay, one way to tune is to get the A first. This is the A string here. Now
which one is it?
The A string is not the thinnest string, but it's right next to it. That's open A. Usually we tune that first. Now there are various ways to get that pitch A. You can use a tuning fork, which is this, and you strike the tuning fork on a surface and then it rings. You hear the pitch that way. Another way is to go to the piano and strike an A, hear that note, then tune. Or there's pitch pipes, which give you all the strings. You blow in this little pitch pipe, you'll get the A. You can also get the E, the D, and the G as well with a pitch pipe. And then, let's go ahead and use this first. In fact, I can do this. You hear that? You can even sing it.
Pop it on your knee a little bit.
See a little. Wow,
there you go. Is there a special place you put it on the violin? You always put it on the bridge, or?
You don't have to just put it on the bridge. Although it's a good surface, you can put it over here on the peg. But don't touch this because you won't hear anything. You'll be subduing the vibrations that way. You have to hold it from the end, like that.
Okay.
So. Well, that's in tune, but let's say it wasn't in tune. What would I do? I would take the peg. If you have fine tuners, you would use those. In other words, a fine tuner is little knobs on the tailpiece. You would turn it to the right. If it was flat and you needed to raise the pitch, you turn it clockwise. If the string was too low, you do that. Let's say the pitch is way too high and you have to lower the pitch. Then you'd use the fine tuner and you'd turn it to the left, counterclockwise. That reduces the tension on the string, makes the string sound lower pitch. So, now I have a fine tuner on just my E string, so that's how I do that one. But right now, let me use the pegs and show you how to do that. Okay, I'll make it out of tune now. Now that's too low, because our pitch was, that was our A. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fingers along the peg surface, but I'm going to put one part of my hand on the other side, because when I turn the peg, I don't just turn it. I have to push the peg inward towards the peg box, that way. That's how the peg won't just unravel when you turn it. So now I'm going to move it that direction, forward, to make it higher. Now I'm going to lower it. Now it's just a tiny bit high, so sometimes I will pull the string with my finger, which lowers it just a fraction. Then it'll be fine. So there's your A. Now, let's say I've done the A and I want to do the other strings, but I don't have a pitch pipe and I don't have a piano to play the D or the G if you choose that. I'm going to play both strings together, and it's called a perfect fifth. But let's say it's not a perfect fifth and it's out of tune. And I'm not even sure which direction. You can still tune it, because you can first lower the peg. Always lower it first, because it's better to have it flat than way too sharp, because then it could pop. The tension will be too great. So I lower the pitch, because the way you do that with the peg is you turn the peg towards you. So that's just what I did. Now I'm anchoring my fingers this way for this peg. However you want, different fingers on different sides of the scroll is what this is. Okay, so now I just raised it by turning the peg away from me. That sounds pretty good for a fifth. Okay, now you can do the same thing with the G string. Let's say you think it's too high or it's too low or whatever it is, lower it anyway. because then you know you won't pop the string. So I'm going to lower this. Okay, that's good. Sometimes I just go ahead and do this. Grab the G string, depending on how the ankle is and how tight it is. So you can do it different ways. But mainly, it's good to have counter pressure, because then, which means you press this direction towards the peg box, but your other finger keeps it from moving around when you're tuning. Okay, so there's G and D. Now, I have a fine tuner on the E, so I'll show you how to do that with the E string. Okay, now I'm gonna bow them both together, which, by the way, is very good practice for double stops, because when you tune, you have to play on both strings. Okay, now I'm going to put it out of tune so you can hear it. Now, I'm going to make it, let's say, maybe you can tell. Well, it's too high. E string's too high this time, so I purposely did that. Okay, now I'm going to lower it. How do you lower it? Counterclockwise is to lower your string pitch. So, now let's say I did too much. I lowered it too much. Let me do that. No problem. It's good to do too much sometimes, because then you can really narrow it down and know what the right one is. So now I'm going to do clockwise. Also, don't press too much when you're bowing, because if you press too hard, you're going to distort the pitch. See, now it sounds too low, but it wasn't. That's better. I'm going to lower that. Play around with it a lot. Get it the best you possibly can.